Hello and welcome to Muir Nurseries. We've just finished our big apple pick and of course our apple tasting weekend, and at the moment we're getting ready for lifting apples. We do this from November right through to March. So just to go over the history of apples, there's 7,500 varieties, individual varieties in the world at the moment. 35% of the apples actually come from China and 10% coming from America. Apples originated in Asia originally 5,000 years ago. They have been into England probably when the Romans were here, but didn't succeed very well because the fruits, it was just too hot for the fruits at that time. Nowadays, in the last 100 years, we've always grown them as very large standard trees where you've needed steps and ladders and a large workforce. Nowadays, we actually grow them on what we call rootstocks. These rootstocks are down to keeping the tree to 6 to 9 feet high. Most average British gardens, 6 feet is just about right, and with 2 to 3 feet in between spacings, you can put a lot of apples, a little orchard of all different varieties, into one little plot. Probably the easiest way of growing is what was originally the ballerina tree. It's now the minaret. In Europe they call it the patio tree. It's grown on a rootstock. I've got one here that we pruned up earlier, and this would have been a bush tree, and in its second year, and we've shortened all the branches to 7 to 9 inches back to an angle cut with the secateurs to a bud, and this will make what we call a basil cluster, a cluster of fruit next year, and it'll be a mass of fruit forming there. And as I say, the next is 2 to 3 feet away, so as I said, you can have a lot of individual varieties there, and that's called the minaret, grown on the rootstock. With that, we've taken other tree forms as well. Probably the best known is the espalier way of growing. This is where we grow the trunk, the leader as we call it, and we take suitable branches that we train laterals, and remember it's the lateral branches that produce the apples, all right, the fruit. We've taken another one this year, and we probably, for next year, we might get another level as well. We call these tiers. So this would be a 3-tier apple, all right, and very, very easy to grow, very decorative. You can keep it for 15 to 30 years and it will crop very, very well. That's one way of growing them. The other way is step over, which is similar to the espalier. This little one's 3 years old. As we've taken the leader, the trunk out, it's got very large. All the energy of the tree has gone into these lateral branches, and it's made terrific growth, and also enormous great big buds as well, which next year will be very, very large fruit. The problem with growing this, and this variety is called Bountiful, it does pull very large fruit but very heavy as well, so you will need a strong frame. If you're growing it anything over 2 meters, probably a wire frame will be a lot suitable to give it that strength. But it's entirely up to you. There are people that are growing these around their houses. Remembering every meter you go, it's very hard for the tree to get water there, nutrients, to actually make it grow. But it does produce a lot of fruit. So that's that. The other way is a fan tree, where you can grow your leader up and you can fan the branches. It looks very nice at the garden, or if you've got a scruffy area you want to tidy up, there's the fan. So they're all different tree forms, all down to about 6 feet, and they're grown on a rootstock. And remember, it's an apple rootstock to an apple and a pear to a pear. But this is the time of year you want to start doing your pruning. Don't prune anything if it's actually freezing conditions. Apples and pears, quite safe to prune in the winter. It will encourage fruit for the following year. If you're getting too much fruit, then prune during the summer months. Stone fruits, your nectarines, damsons, you've got plums. Remember, only prune those during the summer months, and also while there's fine weather. So pick very nice sunny days to do pruning there. Anyway, that's just about it from Muir. If you've got any questions, you can always call us, and we do free info as well. And the number is 01255 830 181. Many thanks.